So, which chat show host was born in Highgate Tube Station? Jerry! Jerry! It was Jerry Springer.
All morning we've been getting Kirsty to rehearse it, haven't we, Kirsty, eh? Started off with Jerry.
You were trying to get me to do it like a man, though, because at first...
Jerry! Jerry!
I can't do that.
Sweetest
I can't
Jerry
do
Sean.
that.
She's just so sweet.
It was so sweet. Jerry, Jerry.
You do that better than me.
Indeed, Jerry Springer told us last week how he was born in Highgate Tube Station back in 1944 when London Underground stations were used as bomb shelters. It happened a lot. And we're in the last part of today's show, last part of the show for the week, actually. And we want to hear your tales, pretty much of the weirdest places you've heard of someone giving birth. Michael, Stephen, Larry, we're going to get your thoughts in just a second. You guys at home, get dialing now. 0207 173 5555 is the number if you have a story to tell. Why are we talking about this? Well, because tonight, Coronation Street will see hairdresser Maria have a baby on a deserted beach with only Tony Gordon, the man who, unbeknown to her, arranged her husband's murder. He's the only one there to act as midwife. Have a look at this. The award for Best Actor in a British soap.
You know what, Matthew? If only birth was that quick. It's not. It takes hours.
Well, you say that. You say that. I'm going to get on to my story in a moment. First, the read. I mean, these things don't just happen in soaps. Back in January, a Polish woman became the first woman since 1924 to give birth on the London Underground, actually on a train. Julia Kowalska went into labour on the Jubilee line on platform at Kingsbury and eventually giving birth to a healthy baby daughter,
Couldn't
Jennifer.
they put her on the platform if they're going to keep running the train?
I don't know how it works. It was in the station supervisor's office where she was actually delivered. And then there was Sonia Marina from Cambridgeshire who gave birth to her baby Dulce in her local post office in May. She'd only popped in to get a mobile phone top-up. But, you know, if it's anything like my local post office, the queues are so long you can conceive, carry and deliver before you get your stamps. I love my local postman, but he knows it's true. The queues are long. Now, that baby clocked in at £5 15 ounces. How do we know? Because it was weighed on the post office's scales. That is true. And if you wanted to send it first class, it would have cost you £8.22. Last month, a lady called Kate Archer, she went into labour in the middle... I put labour in the script, I put a capital L there. She went into labour in the middle of her business management and law exam at Aberdeen University. Luckily for her, and you'll like this, Larry, this is a chip off the old block, she managed to finish the paper and she got a first-class degree. That's what she got, and then she went off to hospital and that's where baby Grace was born, just in the nick of time. Is giving birth unexpectedly in a strange place a total nightmare, or can it add to the experience? What I said it can happen quickly, is a lady I know who worked at the Daily Star for a while, Jackie, I knew her from local paper days. She gave birth while she went to the loo and was back at work the next day.
I know a friend of a friend who gave birth on an airplane, and the airline actually gave the baby free flights for life, which I thought was quite nice.
Because... Unless it was Ryanair.
You wouldn't want that. But they also said that they couldn't actually give like a birthplace to the baby because it was obviously in mid-air. It was a transatlantic flight. So I just wondered what would go on the birth certificate.
I wonder. Virgin.
Oh. That beats being born on the train, on the platform. You know, here, have an Oyster card. I'd rather get a flight.
Now we know where you live. What about you, Mark? Have you heard any tales?
Well, a former colleague of my girlfriend, something about she gave birth in the back of a car. They were on the way, I don't know whether it was to the hospital, but they were on the way somewhere, and they went over a speed hump, and the baby came out or something crazy like that. And the baby slipped, and the babies
do not slip out. They have to be pushed.
And they had to catch the baby, and she said to her husband, catch her, and it slipped under the seat or something like that. It's a crazy story.
Come on then, Larry.
That reminds me of one of my younger sisters. We were driving the car when my mum was heavily pregnant, and my dad was driving. He turned round this corner, clipped the curb, and boom! That started off. And I was going out with my mum that night, and we were sitting there.
You went out with your mum?
Not in a weird way.
OK.
So we were out together, and she just suddenly went into labour. I just remembered that. You just reminded me of that story. But then she was rushed to hospital in an ambulance, and of course I was left alone in this place. I was about 12 years old going, where's my mum? Where's my mum? And my dad came and picked me up late at night, and we went to the hospital straight away, and I saw my little new sister.
Well, that's a great tale. You've only just remembered it.
I just remembered that, because you've the jolt, yeah.
Larry, you've made it to hospital, presumably?
I have. I was with my sister. I was her birth partner, and her last baby, she's had two, her last baby, I do remember we'd cut it a bit fine, and we got the car to the hospital, and I knew we were in trouble when we stopped the car, and her partner opened the door and she didn't get out. And I thought, oh my God, she actually can't walk. She's actually going to have it. She didn't. We managed to get her up the stairs. But yeah, I just think people love these stories, but I do think it's unfair because it does give the impression that having a baby is easy. Having a baby is not easy.
For some people it is.
Many women spend 2 days in labour.
Yeah, but for some women, it comes out in minutes.
Yeah, some women just pop them out, don't they?
No, they do not.
They do.
Come on, Larry.
They do.
No. You love this idea of how easy it is. It's not easy.
Well, I don't know if I do ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk.
No, it's never ka-thunk.
Let's throw it open to you. Weirdest places you've given birth, or indeed, maybe you were born in a weird place. Let's hear your tales, Kirsty. You can't bear it, can you? Ka-thunk.
We've got Miranda on line 1.
Miranda, good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Are you a weird birther, or did you arrive in a weird place?
I arrived in a weird place. I was born at Glastonbury Festival in 1985 while I was in full swing.
Were you?
Yeah, on a bus.
On a bus?
Who was playing?
1985.
Was it a good band? Was it a good band?
It'd be around the Cure time, I think.
Actually. I'm not sure. I don't remember, to be honest.
Are your parents kind of crusties then, if you were born on a bus?
New Age travellers.
Yeah, excellent. Which is, a cut above your typical crusty. That was
I apologise, I didn't realise there was a hierarchy.
We had a fantastic thing called the Peace Convoy, where young people would go and live and be free and live unconventionally, and then, unfortunately, Mrs Thatcher arranged for the police to smash it apart, and that was the end of that, although it's broken off, as Miranda will tell you. Did your mum, did she want to go to hospital, or was she quite happy to have a baby at Glastonbury?
I think I was quite early, actually, so I don't think she was expecting it. It just kind of happened.
And Miranda's your name. Do you have any other strange names added on?
Well, Miranda Crystal.
Miranda?
Miranda Crystal.
OK, Miranda Crystal. That's nice enough. Thank you very much for the call. Appreciate it. A 1985 Glastonbury baby. I have a funny feeling I was there and can remember it being announced. I have a feeling. Thank you. One more, please.
We've got a brilliant one now. It's Leon on line 2.
Leon, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
You weren't the one giving birth, presumably?
No, I wasn't. No.
Go on.
It was my wife, obviously, about 4 years ago, and she gave birth in a cemetery in London, Highgate Cemetery, funnily enough. And
why? How? Why?
Well, we were visiting, it just happened 2 weeks earlier than we expected.
Because Larry tells me...
I had a mobile, so I could call for help. But in the meantime, I was left to fend for myself somewhat.
Why didn't you just get in a car and go to the hospital? I don't understand why you would... Oh, we'll stay here and have the baby here.
Larry, we will never know because we have to go. Leon, thank you very much for the call. I love it. Death and life together. That's fantastic. That is your lot for today and for the week. A huge thank you to Michael for joining us this morning. Best of luck with Hotel Babylon and all your other projects. Larry and Stephen, a week of pure pleasure. See you after the summer. Give it up for the panel, ladies and gentlemen. So, what can I tell you about next week? We've got Kay Adams and Terry Christian joining me on the panel. Special guests include Ainsley Harriott, property guru Sarah Beanie, and Trains product writer Irvin Welsh. We're back Monday 9:15, and who knows, when we come back, we may have a Wimbledon champion in the form of Andy Murray. Who knows? Go, Andy, go. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. It really could be the right stuff. Thanks very much for watching. See you Monday. Bye for now. Woo!